Ensto Auguste switch installation. Engineer's Guide. The Ensto Auguste overhead line load break switch is rated up to 630 amps on voltages up to 36 kV and uses SF6 as its insulation medium. It is recommended to check the unit supplied matches the specification and is suitable for the network location and operating voltage before commencing installation. The switch in this demonstration is equipped with external bushings with 2-hole connection lugs and has an internal voltage transformer to power the unit at low voltage. This Auguste is equipped for hook-stick manual operation, as well as remote control, which can be directed to the host DNO SCADA system. Now we carry out the 6-stage installation process. Unpacking the Auguste switch. Best practices. Do not handle the switch by its cross arms. Be aware when installing the switch as it contains high ozone depleting gas. Tools required for installation. The Ensto switch will arrive in a 2-layer wooden crate. Take care of the insulator bushings, which are fragile. Do not attempt to lift or manhandle the switch by the insulator bushings. Take care of the switch operating shaft, which protrudes from the bottom of the switch and is protected by the inner crate. The switch must not be rested upon the switch operating shaft. Remove the outer layer to reveal the inner wooden crate and carefully remove the accessories without touching the switch. Attach slings to the lifting points on top of the switch. Then, connect a high-ab jib arm and raise the unit to an upstanding position suspended from the ground. Remove the inner layer of the wooden crate with a reciprocating saw. Stage 2. Mounting. Mount the pole bracket with 4 bolts onto the switch tank. Another bracket installed on the pole will support the switch. Surge arrestor brackets are mounted on the top edge of the switch, and 3 surge arrestors are bolted to each bracket. An earth strap from each surge arrestor is connected to metalwork of the switch. Later, an earth wire installed on the pole will bond all metal components to the same earth. Once the 6 surge arrestors are attached, we can proceed to mount the manual operating mechanism. Begin by ensuring the switch is in the electrical position. The flat edge should be facing forward. This will then align with the mechanism as it is introduced. There are 4 bolts on the supporting bracket. The operating arm requires 2 bolts and shall be mounted horizontally. Pull down on the left to close and pull down on the right to open. The safety lock, as indicated, can be operated when the switch is open. To give the unit stability, adjust the guide bracket to touch the pole when installed and tighten the bolt. Leave loose prior to mounting. On the pole, measure 1.5 meters down from the existing cross arm. Then, drill a top hole for mounting the bracket. With the bracket vertical, drill a second hole. Tighten bolts on the pole to secure the bracket. Using the high-ab, raise the switch and carefully locate onto the mounting bracket. Then, slowly lower the high-ab jib to ensure the switch is located correctly. Confirm, and then remove the slings from the lifting points. At this stage, adjust the guide onto the pole and tighten. Stage 3. Connecting. Identify the voltage source side from the network operational staff to ensure the switch is mounted in the correct direction and to power the internal voltage transformer. A transformer winding symbol is located between the bushings on the left side of the switch. Begin by crimping the bail clamps to the existing overhead line, either side of switch, 6 in total. Measure and make up 6 jumpers, crimp lugs, and bolt to surge arrestors. Connect the jumpers to bail clamps on the overhead line. Make up 6 short jumpers between the surge arrestors to bushings on the switch. Crimp lugs and bolt onto 2 bolt bushing terminals. The switch is now connected to the 3-phase overhead line. Stage 4. Control box. Mount the control box bracket on the pole at the height specified by the network operator. Often, this will be approximately 2.5 meters from ground level, above an anti-climbing guard. 2 coach screws will hold the bracket onto the pole. Then, install 2 screws into the top rear of the control box. These locate onto the bracket on the pole when mounted. Lift the control box and hinge onto the pole bracket. Inside the box, insert 2 screws and tighten onto the bracket. Then, tighten the bolts at the top of the control box. There are 3 cables from the Auguste switch to be run down the pole and installed into the control box. Cables can be installed through existing glands in the base of the control box. A 10-core control cable terminates into the motherboard on the far left side. The cores are numbered 1 to 10 and should be connected left to right. The 2-core power cable should be terminated onto the live and neutral plugs and connected as labelled on the DIN rail. Then terminate the 4-core cable into the 9-terminal block on the right-hand side of the motherboard. Install left to right, brown, black, grey, and earth. Finally, install the battery and connect. Now, install earthing as per operator guidelines, bonding all equipment on the pole with the earth rod in the ground. Then, dress the cables on the pole with cleats and cable guard. Stage 5. Testing. Electrical testing. Before attempting to use the control box, ensure the manual operating arm is in the horizontal position to allow electrical operation. Press and hold together the valid and close buttons to close the switch. Observe the mechanical indicator is now closed on the underside of the switch, and the red light will be illuminated on the control box. To open the switch, press and hold the valid and open buttons. Observe the mechanical indicator is now open on the underside of the switch, and the green light is now illuminated on the control box. Manual testing. The operating arm should be in the horizontal position. Using a set of insulated operating rods, pull down on the left to close, or pull down on the right to open. After each operation, observe on the underside that the mechanical indicator is in the correct position. When the switch is open, test the safety lock operation by pulling down the safety lock hook. Then, reset the safety lock before carrying out any further operations. Stage 6. Completed.